So those problems that I made you work on, that's what we're doing today. So if you were like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, it's fine because I'm going to teach you some tricks. Okay. Could you please turn in your student journals to page 231? I did check those already.
Okay.
What? If she accidentally dropped it where? I don't feel like that would be an accident, number one.
I think you can. Like if you slid. Well,
Okay. This is what I need you to write down. Okay, we are now getting into the point where we are going to have some trinomials whose leading coefficient is not 1. That was like that option 2 that I made you change to. Okay, now I need you to get into the habit of, if there is a GCF, it needs to be factored out before you do anything else. Okay, I want you to imagine that you are wasting time trying to figure out these two binomials. And really, it could have been a lot easier if you would have factored out the GCF first. You don't want to waste time, do you? No. Never. Okay. So I need you to make sure that you are looking for a GCF first. Preston's giving me the side eye. Okay, so once you have that written down, turn the page, and we're going to look at number 1 on that next page. What do you notice about all 3 of these terms?
They're even.
They are even. You are ornery today. They are all even, which means we have a GCF of 2.
I was right.
And if we factor out a 2, then we have left c squared minus 7c minus 18. And you know what? I think I'd much rather factor this guy right here, because now my leading coefficient is 1. When I'm talking about leading coefficient, I'm talking about this coefficient right here. Okay. So now c squared minus 7c minus 18. I need 2 numbers that multiply to negative 18, add to negative 7. Okay, negative 9 and positive 2. Do those multiply to negative 18? Do they add to negative 7? So we can write c minus 9, c plus 2. And that 2 gets to stay out in front. Factor them out. Boom, we're done.
Yeah.
With number 1.
No.
We're never gonna let that go. Are you? Okay. Fine. We'll go to number 3 because I kind of wrote too big. I ran out of room. Number 3.
There's a 3.
There's a GCF of 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I factor out a 3, left over I have x squared minus 2x minus 8. Two numbers. Oh, actually, I have a question. Avery, our 2 numbers, what's going to be true about their sign values?
Negative. Or no, positive.
So there's 2 numbers.
Yeah.
Are they both the same or are they different? I'm asking Ava, right? Okay. When our
People make mistakes.
when our third term is negative, we have one of each. Okay. So we are going to have one positive and one negative. So numbers multiplied to -8, add -2.
-4 and 2.
-4, +2. Is he correct?
Yes, I'm always right.
Why do you divide the 8? Oh, wait,
Okay. I want you to try number 5.
We have a line on the table. It
Oh.
disappeared.
Maddie's their GCF. What is it? Okay, Maddie said there's a GCF of 5. Okay. When we divide out the 5, guess what do we have left?
Numbers.
So when we divide out the 5, we have s squared 11s plus. Okay. Andrew, when we go to factor this, what's going to be true about our two numbers here and here? They're both positive. Since this is a positive and this is a positive, both of our numbers are going to be, okay. Amelia, what are they? 1 times 10 equals 10. 1 plus 10 equals 11. Okay, so this feels nice. We're going to look at number 6. I mean, and by number 6, I mean number 8. Is there a GCF in number 8?
No.
So in that fact portal that I made you do online, you got something that looked like this. And some of you sort of panicked. I don't know how to do it. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Let's talk about what we know. We know that when we FOIL, this is going to be what gets us our first product. Okay, so whatever is right here and right here, we know that those two need to multiply together to be 4k squared. Okay, that's what I said. Yep, 6k squared. We know that our last product is this guy right here. So whatever is right here and right here needs to multiply to be a positive 4. We believe it. Nothing's funny. Like literally nothing is funny. Now, this term right here is the O plus the I. So our outside plus our inside need to combine together to be -11k. You're really not going to like what I have to say, but this is going to be trial and error. Okay. So let's start with this. 6k squared. If I'm gonna multiply two things together to get 6k squared, I think we have like two different options, right? So we have 3k times 2k, or we have 6k times 1k. I think that's a good place to start. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put 3k and I'm going to put 2k. Okay. Now, Avery, you notice this. Since this guy is positive, what does it mean about our signs? Like here and here.
They're both negative.
Thank you, Avery.
Oh,
Do you agree with her?
yeah.
Okay, so since this is positive, we know that they're the same. Since this is negative, we know that they're both negative. So I'm just gonna save some time. They're both negative. Now, we need to multiply to 4. Well, all right, well, I know I have 1 times 4, and I know I have 2 times 2. Where do you want to start? That's fine. Let's start at 2 times 2. Now, if we have 2 times 2, this inside product would give me negative 4k, and this outside product would give me negative 6k. Does that add up to our middle term?
No.
Okay, well, not 2 times 2.
Let's do 1 and 4.
Okay, you want to do 1 and 4? Okay. So this times this would give us negative 2k. This times this would give us negative 12k. No, it's not. Because 1 and 4 being here is not the same as if we switch them places. Why is that? Because of the 3 and the 2. Okay. So when I multiply here, we get negative 8k. And when we multiply here, we get negative 3k. There's our answer. 3k minus 4 times 2k minus 1.
How many problems do we have like that now?
Just started this, girlfriend.
Well, I know, but like it's gonna take forever to finish the test if we have like multiple of those.
You'll have an appropriate number. Don't worry.
That means a lot.
It doesn't mean a lot. Oh no.
I'm not doing.
Okay, let's look at number 9. Yes. All right, number 9. Okay. This is, and I'm gonna draw some things that I think can help us in the beginning, but eventually these are some things that I want you to visualize. I want you to visualize that these two numbers right here need to multiply to 9w squared. I need you to visualize that these two numbers right here need to multiply to a positive 2. And I need you to visualize that these two products need to add up to be that middle term 9w. Okay. That would be an option. So if we're thinking about what multiplies to 9w squared, we have 2 options, right? We have 9w times w, or we have 3w times 3w. So I always suggest starting with the numbers closest together first. So like in our previous example, we started with 2 times 3. And if that didn't work, we can move to 6 times 1. Here, I think it would be helpful to start with 3w and 3w. And if it doesn't work, then we can switch to 9w and w. Okay. Okay, let's talk about our sign values. What's true about both of them? They're both positive. Since this guy is positive, they're the same. This is telling us that they're both positive. Okay, well, I kind of like this one because do we really have much of an option for what multiplies to 2?
No.
We have 1 times 2. So this product is 3W and this product is 6W. Do they add to be 9? Avery, did that take us very long? No. We'll be okay. That'll be okay. Whiner. Okay. Number 10. What? Okay.
Almost.
Number 10. Woohoo! Number 10. Our first product needs to be 12a squared, and our last product needs to be minus 2. Our outside product needs to be added to our inside product to where those combine to a positive 5a. All right, so we have some options here, people. To get our product of 12a squared, we have 3a 4a, 6a 2a, 12a 1a. Right? Which one do you want to start with? 3 and 4? Okay, I think starting with 3 and 4 would be our best idea. Okay, now here's the deal. Since this guy is a minus, sort of creating some extra work for us. I'm just being honest. We know one of these needs to be positive and one of them needs to be negative, but we don't know which one. Okay, so I can't fill those in right now. We're just going to quite literally guess and check. All right, so what's nice though is we need to multiply to 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're just going to assign one of them to be positive and one of them to be negative. And we're just going to see what happens. All right, well, this is going to be a positive 4a, and this is going to be minus 6. Okay, well, that didn't work, did it? Yeah. So now let's try switching. Negative and positive. Did I switch them? Yeah. Oh, is that gonna help? What happened to these when I just switched the signs? They just switched, didn't they? Yeah. Okay. Think about that. All right, so now let's try. What did I say was the other? Oh, 2 and 1. Okay. All right, so let's try negative positive. This inside product would give us negative 8a, and this outside product would give us a positive 3a. What do you notice? It's a negative 5a. Ooh, but I want 5a. When that happens, it's an easy fix. Flip the signs. Hey, now we're good. Yes. That is the exact same thing. Thank you for asking. She has 4a minus 1 first and 3a plus 2 second. Means the same thing. Multiplication is commutative, which means we can change the order and it's fine. Okay, so let's try this. How about you work on, what do you think, number 11 or number 12? All right. Do number 12. Check in with your neighbors, see how they're doing. Okay, who is really excited about their answer? Anna, what did you get? Do those add to be negative 12 or positive 12t? They don't, do they? Okay, that's okay. It's a trial and error process. Do we like the 5t and t?
Yeah.
Okay, Amy? Yeah. Okay, so our inside negative 3t, our outside positive 15t, do those add together to be 12t? They do, they do. So I can tell you right now, sometimes you're not going to get it right the first time. And that's not a bad thing. But when you figure it out, it feels good. It really does. Okay. All right, I want you to go ahead to the next page and look at number 13. Now, what did I tell you the first thing you had to look for was? Okay, is there? So technically there is not a GCF in this one. However, you do not want a negative leading coefficient. So no, there's not a GCF, but I'm going to make you factor out a GCF of negative 1 so that we can work with a trinomial that has a positive leading coefficient. I want that coefficient of your squared term to be positive. If it's negative, man, you've just created so much more work for yourself, and I don't want that for you. Okay? You just like to giggle at everything I say, don't you?
Ew.
That was weird. Okay.
So, Shaya, egg guacla. I mean, egg in Spanish.
Well, they would say it was something else because Ross searched it up.
Searched it up. Okay.
Right in our science class.
Speak of the devil, Bryce just snapped me.
Oh,
Egg guacla.
he's on his phone.
Why are you on your phone?
I checked.
Oh!
I can't read.
That's not true. Preston, what would you like to start with to get a 12b squared? Okay. And then to get our -2. -2 plus 1.
Hey, that's our phone, Jay. I'm gonna do our phones now.
Is this going to work, Preston?
What?
-4b and a +6b. Okay, so let's trade out the 1 and the 2. Negative 2b and 12b.
No.
Well, I can't trade out the 1 and 2 anymore.
So the 6 and 2.
Ah, so we need to, instead of 6 and 2, Peyton, what do you want to use?
3, 4.
Let's try 3b and 4b. Okay, if you get stuck, change the variable ones. Okay, all right, so now let's try minus 2 plus 1. What do we get? Negative 8b. Ooh, good guess, Miss Homan. Did that work?
Good guess.
Yes. Turn it.
I feel like you're just always looking for ways to mock me.
Yeah. What?
You try number 16.
What's going on?
You try number 16. You're just making fun of me all the time.
What don't they?
Are you trying to share phones again?
They have.
Oh.
Thank you.
Gracias. I even have $2 now.
What?
She's taking your money.
That's that. I can do. I can do. That's that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she.
What? No, you're doing number 16. I would love to take that. Just as much as you would love to take that. We have work to do.
It's literal. There's nothing in that sense. Yes. It's not singular.
It's good. I would really appreciate
I just got
that.
it. What was that?
I think
I don't even know. Are we throwing stuff?
Yeah.
it's green.
It's blue.
All the
No, green.
Why does everybody
has
look
one
like
that-
Why does
Not
everybody
everyone.
think that a color needs to be assigned to a subject? Okay. Raise your hand if you have an answer. Peyton, is this you saying I have a question or I have an answer? Okay. What is your answer? That. Okay, make sure that negative stays out in front, please. Do you agree with Peyton's factoring?
Maybe, yes. Sure, yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's positive.
I thought the positive.
It is a positive, yes, not.
I thought you were
Plus
minus.
40.
Mhm.
I know that.
Oh, never mind.
Is it like all-
No, there's different ways. There's different ways. Like that one.
It's either that or negative d plus 2 times 2d minus 3. Those are your only possible answers. Okay.